Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Fancy Sip Review on the OJ Wonderbread Network. And today I'm going to be reviewing a flavored malt beverage. The drink that I'm going to be reviewing today is going to be the Seagrams Escapes Rumble Punch. Seagrams has partnered with the WWE company to make these flavored WWE-themed malt beverages. The drink that I'm going to be reviewing again is going to be the Rumble Punch, and with a name like Rumble Punch, you're expecting this to be the second best flavor in the lineup. Is this going to be as good as the Attitude Era Rumbles, where you had Vince McMahon fighting Stone Cold Steve Austin? Or is this going to be a predictable Rumble like Cody Rhodes or Roman Reigns? The only thing that I think about this drink before opening it is this will be as fruity as Kofi Kingston of the New Day cereal Bootios. That's everything that I have to say about this drink. I am excited for this, as I am a big fan of fruit punch drinks as well as flavored malt beverages, and I have not had a Seagrams purchase before. I have reviewed a lot of malt beverages, and this drink should have 2% more alcohol than a Steel Reserve Alloy series, but 3.9% less than a Four Loko. With all of that, let's see what is in this drink. The flavor profile of the Rumble Punch is going to be natural lemon, strawberry, watermelon, guava flavors, and artificial sweetener. This drink is going to be, if it says how big it is, 1 pint and 7.5 fluid ounces. It does not say how big this is. I assume it's 23.5 ounces. 10% alcohol by volume again. So let's show off the can of the Seagrams Seagrams Escape Spiked Rumble Punch. There we have the WWE belt. I think they still have a blue one and a red one. I have not watched wrestling in a while. The champion kind of got confusing to me when they bought the WCW, and there was a WWE champion as well as a heavyweight champion. I do understand one is WCW's lineage or whatever, and the other is WWE's, but this is what the belt looks like now. It looks like this. You don't have a spinner anymore. But I will say it would have been very funny if Seagrams decided to re-release the spinner belt to go along with this drink. There's no reason I'm making that joke. It just would be funny. So let's open this up. Let's see how this drink tastes. Again, this is going to be 10% alcohol. So I'm assuming this might be a little bit more pungent tasting than the Steel Reserve Alloy series, but hopefully it's not as sour as a Four Loko would be, which is why I think they started making the sour flavors to mask the taste. So let's give this a pour. Poured for a lot longer than I thought it would. All right, so the champ is here, the champion of WWE-themed malt beverages. And one thing that I will say I'm kind of disappointed with in terms of color of this is it's got a bit of a pink color to it. I was hoping that with a fruit punch drink, it would have been funny if they used a bit more red to it to make it look like the blood that the Brood used to come out with in the 90s. But they went with this pink color, which, I mean, maybe that's just what the artificial coloring looks when it blends. Let's actually see what the ingredients in this are, if it lists it. Usually it does not. Natural flavors, artificial sweetener, and FD&C red number 40. This is made in Rochester, New York, home of Utica Club. And here we go. All right, no. What does Rochester have? I used to know. I don't know anymore. But it doesn't matter. This is the drink, this reddish pink color. Let's see how this is on the nose. Genesee is the beer that I was thinking, not Utica. Obviously, the Utica beer is brewed in Utica. Jenny is brewed near Rochester. It has a bit of that punch that it says it has. I'm smelling a lot of strawberry. The other ingredients, like the lemon, I'm not really smelling. The watermelon, I'm getting a bit of. In the guava, I am getting a little bit of. Maybe in terms of taste, this will be a bit more sour like a lemon, but let's see how this is on the mouth feel. There's no carbonation coming up from the bottom of this, which is a good sign. It means that this hopefully is not going to be overpowering, and this is going to be a drinkable beverage. It is actually what I want. You're not getting hit with that sour taste that you are with a Four Loko once they try reaching the 13.9% and you have to remove sweetness. But this does have a very good tasty drinkability to it. You're getting hit with that strawberry, you're getting hit with that guava. The lemon isn't really there. I don't know why it showed as the first ingredient. It's a very sweet beverage on the mouthfeel. On the back end, you are getting a little bit of that pungent, high alcohol percent malt beverage taste. But the front end is so tasty, it does not really matter that much. I'll say that at 2% more alcohol than a Steel Reserved Alloy series, this does a very good job. And honestly, with the WWE not really partnering with alcohol ever or very often, I don't know why they did not back in the Attitude Era when you had Stone Cold or when you had the Sandman drinking beer on his way to the ring. But now, years later, when the popularity is not really there as much, they decided to partner with a malt beverage company. But they did a very good job, and I think Seagrams deserves a lot of credit for this. So let's see how this is if I were to drink this quickly, as opposed to savoring the taste, which, again, it's a very tasty beverage. Let's see the drinkability of this. A bit end of strength to this drink at 10%, but this is a very poundable, chuggable beverage. If you are throwing a rager at a local college party or something like that, this is honestly a much more palatable beverage than your stronger stuff. I think that competing with drinks like Mike's Hard Lemonade or comparing with Twisted Tea, this has the juicy flavorness that this reminds me a lot of a Capri Sun. Again, if you want to go with a more sour beverage, I mean, your Mike's Hard Lemonade isn't really going to be that sour. You're going to have to hit your Four Loko sour series. But this isn't really this is a very tasty beverage. I do think that this is tastier than the Alloy series, while also still having its drinkability where a lot of other drinks, if you're drinking a 4 or 5% Mike's Hard Lemonade, you're going to get diabetes before you get drunk. At 10% alcohol in this 23.5-ounce drink, this honestly just tastes like drinking a Kool-Aid jammer. Which honestly, if I was partnering with Seagrams and WWE decided they didn't want to renew the contract, again, Kool-Aid jammers would be spot on for partnering with a drink that tastes like this. In terms of drinkability, this is honestly the perfect drink for me. You're not really getting that fruit punch taste, really. You're more or less getting just a blended fruit drink. But there's no real carbonation to this, so all you're doing is drinking what is essentially a jungle juice type beverage. And at 10% alcohol, you're not really going to have to drink too many of these. I mean, it's not as strong as a Loco, but it's much more drinkable. I can't imagine if this existed back in the 90s, I would not be pounding these, watching old WWF wrestling, playing Counter-Strike 1.6 and Maple Story, and having a hell of a time. Sadly, this is coming out when wrestling is kind of in its awful years where all of the indies have been gobbled up by AEW and the WWE. But, drinks like this make me happy to think that things that I used to love will still be able to be sponsored. I know it's a giant company, but it would be cool if, they made alcoholic, G Fuel type stuff. I know balls still exist, but it would be really cool if, like G Fuel were able to partner with these gaming companies and make flavored malt beverages like this. I don't know. I don't know if it's the Capri Sun taste that's making me think this. I don't know if it's the 10% alcohol, but this is a very good drink. Again, they should have had the New Day advertising this drink in their colorful outfits. The fruitiness of this does remind me a bit of the New Day's cereal, not the New Day. But yeah, it's a very tasty beverage. I could definitely see myself just pounding this and then probably just puking, but it's a very tasty drink. I've been the Fancy Sipper, and even though the Royal Rumble is the second biggest WWE pay-per-view of the year, I think in terms of taste, this might be the best. This is the only one of their series I've had, but I'm a big fan of Fruit Punch. I've been the Fancy Sipper again. Thank you so much for watching this video, and cheers. Clink.